medicine for twice that amount of time, and I know what I'm talking about. Your weight is not a result.
Can I tell you, if you didn't lose or you gained weight, your surgery would be off?
Yeah.
No green or red. You know how I like it.
I know.
Staff not only seen you eating pizza, but burgers, and then you're smart enough not to throw it your own tuition will get to a place where we won't be able to help you, and your body won't.
I do everything for LB because he's my baby. He's my youngest. And
Number 5. Sheenie. Sheenie, a participant in Season 6 of the popular reality TV show My 600 Pound Life, gained notoriety as the grease devotee. Her eating habits were marked by extreme indulgence and a blatant disregard for the detrimental effects on her health. One of the most shocking aspects of Sheenie's dietary choices was her obsession with grease. While shopping at the grocery store, she would bellow orders at her boyfriend, instructing him to fetch not just 1, but 2 buckets of the greasy substance. This insatiable desire for grease was just the tip of the iceberg in Sheenie's journey of excessive consumption. Sheenie's voracious appetite extended far beyond grease. She insisted on stocking up on copious amounts of sugar, claiming that she couldn't enjoy a simple plate of spaghetti without it. Her shopping cart would overflow with bags of chips, cookies, ice cream, and an assortment of other sugary snacks, leaving little room for any nutritious foods. The sight of her cart would elicit astonishment and concern from onlookers, who witnessed her disregard for her health. Even as her physical condition deteriorated, Sheenie's indulgent behavior showed no signs of abating. As her weight increased, it became increasingly difficult for her to move around, often resulting in fatigue and exhaustion. However, she would demand to be left in an aisle of the grocery store, surrounded by tempting treats as people stared in disbelief.
To start eating healthy, I haven't had time to do anything.
There is no excuse for you eating medicine for twice that amount of time, and I know what I'm talking about. Your weight is not a result. No, I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you simple science, and you don't want to listen, so...
This enabled her to continue consuming whatever she desired, unaffected by the judgment and scrutiny she faced. Sheenie's insatiable cravings and lack of concern for her well-being drew negative attention from both the public and the show's viewers. Her extreme eating habits and disregard for the consequences on her health were seen as a symbol of gluttony and self-destructive behavior. Social media platforms became filled with critical comments, condemning her choices and questioning her motivations. While it is easy to pass judgment on Sheenie, it is essential to remember that the show My 600 Pound Life focuses on individuals struggling with severe weight issues and the psychological factors that contribute to their overeating. Sheenie's behavior reflects the complex nature of food addiction and the challenges faced by those trying to break free from its grip.
Find a quick fix to avoid doing the hard work.
Hey, Doctor.
SNL staff not only seen you eating pizza, but burgers, and then you're smart enough not to throw it your own. Are you eating this junk and
No.
you keep lying to me?
She didn't eat
I'm
it.
not eating any of that.
Number 4. Sarah. Sarah gained infamy as the sugar fiend due to a tumultuous relationship with food. Her meals were marked by an excessive reliance on sugary foods, perpetuating a dangerous cycle of addiction and detrimental dietary choices. Sarah's struggles were evident from the beginning, as her day would often commence with an alarmingly indulgent breakfast. She would consume a substantial portion of eggs, accompanied by copious amounts of cheese, 4 fatty sausage links, multiple servings of greasy hash browns, and a generous dollop of ketchup to enhance the flavor.
Sometimes because she can't help me do anything, I have to do everything. Like
because I didn't know-
5 bags of candy and 2 bags of cookies.
Because I didn't know how long we wouldn't have food here.
You knew it bothers Sarah that I have to do everything. I don't think it bothers her at all.
Throughout the day, Sarah would find herself constantly craving and giving in to the allure of snack cakes, cookies, ice cream, and any other sweet treat that could satisfy her insatiable sweet tooth. Her addiction to sugar was undeniable and became a dominant force, driving her unhealthy relationship with food. The allure of taste took precedence over considerations of nutrition, as Sarah consistently sought out foods that provided instant gratification, disregarding the long-term consequences. The consequences of Sarah's sugar addiction were apparent in her physical appearance and health. Her weight continued to escalate, as did the associated health risks and complications. Her excessive sugar consumption contributed to weight gain, insulin resistance, and an increased risk of developing chronic conditions such as diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. Despite these alarming repercussions, Sarah struggled to break free from the addictive grip of sugar, continuously falling into a pattern of indulgence and unhealthy choices.
You back up over 600 pounds again. So tell me what happened.
I ate
With your pathology. So this is what I would do. Your surgery was scheduled for a few days. Most people would try to hide it until the day of the surgery. She was at least honest with it.
Sarah's reliance on sugary foods garnered attention and criticism from both the public and the show's viewers. Social media platforms became inundated with comments condemning her eating habits and expressing concern for her well-being. The detrimental effects of her sugar addiction were undeniable, making her a prime target for judgment and scrutiny. It is crucial to approach Sarah's story with empathy and understanding. My 600-pound life delves into the psychological and emotional factors underlying severe weight issues, including addiction to certain types of food. Sarah's struggles highlight the complex nature of food addiction and the challenges faced by individuals attempting to break free from its grip. It is essential to recognize that addiction is a powerful force that often overrides rational decision-making, resulting in self-destructive behaviors, such as excessive sugar consumption. The sugar fiend battled with her unhealthy eating habits, marked by an overwhelming reliance on sugary foods. Her addiction to sugar drove her to prioritize taste over nutrition, indulging in snack cakes, cookies, and ice cream throughout the day. Despite their detrimental consequences on her health, Sarah struggled to break free from the addictive nature of sugar. Number 3. Robert. Robert was famously known as the compulsive eater due to his relentless battle with severe overeating and a notable lack of self-control. Throughout his journey, it became painfully apparent that Robert's struggle with food addiction went beyond mere indulgence. It was a deep-rooted compulsion that dictated his every meal. His exertions to the grocery store served as a stark reflection of his compulsive behavior. During these trips, Robert would rely on his mother to fetch specific junk foods, while discouraging her from purchasing any vegetables or healthier options.
Simple things that people take for granted on the menu for our dinner tonight.
Well, you had asked me the other day to get food.
Okay.
All right, you gonna be okay? You
Yeah,
sure?
all right, yeah. I'm probably gonna take a nap. I'm really tired. So.
All right, make sure you put your anything else?
They're really good bread there. Italian bread,
The bread.
please. Yeah.
Okay. How many, Rob?
His unyielding desire for foods high in sugar, fat, and salt seemed to overpower any rationality or concern for his health. Even when claiming to be full, Robert could not resist the overpowering urge to continue eating. He would consume whatever food was within his reach, disregarding portion control and any semblance of balance. This lack of self-discipline was a clear manifestation of the depth of his food addiction, highlighting the immense challenges he faced in making healthier choices. Robert's compulsion to eat uncontrollably extended beyond his grocery store trips. Even during a simple road trip, his constant need for food became a source of frustration and a significant hurdle in completing the journey efficiently. Frequent stops to satisfy his insatiable appetite not only prolonged travel times, but also disrupted any semblance of normality or routine.
Time you bring it up, he just go back there, I can't get up. Well, to go on much longer. And his window to do this before active again. Because he's getting to the point where his body is not going to be able as much as you can, as far as you can.
I will.
You've been in this bed for too long. Happen, and I know Catherine doesn't want to see that happen.
Number 2. James L.B. Bonner. James, known as the calorie connoisseur, faced significant challenges with his weight and eating habits during Season 6 of My 600-Pound Life. His journey was marked by his tendency to consume an excessive number of calories in a single sitting. Despite his mother's concerns and pleas for him to change his eating habits, James would demand indulgent foods and respond with sarcastic remarks.
LB,
What?
come on a ride to the grocery store with me.
Taking my life down to where I'm at now. Almost 30 years old, living in my parents' garage. Barely doing anything leaves me breathing like I just got done running a 5K.
He displayed a resistance to making positive changes in his diet, often resorting to unhealthy choices. James struggled to control his calorie consumption, revealing his deep-rooted issues with food and his resistance to change. His inability to break free from his destructive eating patterns showcased the complexity of his food addiction and the emotional barriers he needed to break.
So my whole outlook's changed. I know for sure I never want to be the person I used to be.
Good work, because you're doing great.
I will. When it comes to food or alcohol again, I never want to fall back into that.
Number 1. Karina. Karina, known as the Secret Snacker, faced her weight and eating habit challenges head-on during Season 6 of My 600 Pound Life. Her struggle with food addiction was characterized by a pattern of hiding and indulging in food alone.
I'll have 2 medium pizzas with pepperoni and sausage. 1 order of your cheese sticks, 24.
This will be for delivery. Thank you. That's the pizza.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine. But each bite is so satisfying. More, and that makes me just want to eat more because that comforts me.
Karina's excessive indulgence was evident in her ordering large quantities of pizza, wings, and other unhealthy items. But what set her apart was her secretive eating habits. She would stash snacks in her recliner, hiding chocolates and other treats, which she would savor in private whenever her urge struck. Karina's reliance on food as a source of comfort and escape was palpable, and she found solace in the secrecy of her eating habits. The struggle to resist tempting treats and the emotional attachment she had to food made her journey towards healthier choices even more challenging. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.